Oh, well, I'm Pennywise the dancing clown. Now we aren't strangers.
Yo, what is up guys? It is Riley Reviews here. We are back for another video and we are going to be doing a posing showcase and how to pose of Pennywise, one of my favorite, if not the favorite figure in my collection that I picked up recently a couple weeks ago. I've been posing up this figure for a long time and I just wanted to showcase what I can create and how you guys can create such an epic display in your collection with this figure, because there's countless poses that you can recreate with this figure, and I'm going to show you guys how to get it done. This is going to be a great video for you Pennywise collectors out there not knowing how to get this figure to look the best in your display. I had so much fun doing each and every one of these poses I'm going to show you, and I hope I see you guys recreating them and sending them to my Instagram. He looks amazing on the display. Anybody who hasn't gotten it yet, you guys should check it out, because this figure is something else. Posing, display, even having it in a museum pose, it doesn't matter. This figure is epic. You guys are gonna see right now. So without further ado, let's just get into the video and get into some poses. Let's go. Now let's kick off pose number 1 with a bang. And oh man, this pose was hard to achieve. Getting everything to stay upright without falling was a real stress maker, but it paid off greatly. I love this pose. It was definitely the hardest to complete, but one of my favorites. I kind of got this inspiration from the scene in It when the kid is getting beat up and he looks up to see him waggling another guy's arm, and I thought it would be a nice touch to add in ahead, and I guess Tamara Morrison was just lying around. Sorry about that, dude, but Pennywise got you caught there. But overall, this paid off greatly. I think this is going to look amazing in your display, and people will definitely question your sanity when they see this in your room, but they will love it because this is Pennywise, and I think this specific pose encapsulates how creepy he really is and scary and frightening. But pretty simple pose to get done. You just have to have the balance and move the arms and legs in the appropriate portion on the display stand. Let's go to pose number 2. Now this one's a more simple pose. I didn't want to do too much here because I feel like a lot of collectors like to have their characters in museum poses, and I think this one was great. I love how I had the light bouncing off the back side of the wall so it can reflect the hand illuminating from the balloon. I just thought that looked amazing, and it kind of came to my mind as I was creating it. I didn't even plan on doing that, so I think that was really cool. And I like how he's holding the balloon from his left and right hand. It kind of makes it look like he's making a balloon for someone, as that's what I named the pose off of. But overall, I think this just is going to look really good on a dark display that you want to have in your room. And look at the hand right here, guys. Like, I'm sorry, but that really looks cool. It makes it look so realistic. Man, I'm happy with this pose. Let's go on to pose number 3. Here we go, pose number 3. You know I had to do it, the dancing clown. One of the most iconic scenes in the film. I always remembered people doing memes of this guy doing this dance with any type of song, and it was just hilarious. But I had to do it. You gotta move the joints up on the legs a little harshly, because you gotta recreate that leg movement, how high he was moving them legs. And those arms, you gotta switch out for the fists. Move it in the properly positioned right above his legs, and use the crotch grabber to assist you in the meantime. But overall, I think this is a really funny thing to have in your display. You notice how most of my poses are literally just taken off the film. That's my main advice I can give to you guys. Always watch a movie right when you get a figure so you can recreate the poses that were in the film. I think that's the best way to do it, and it definitely makes it a lot easier and a lot more fun. Now I'll give a special shout out to my brother KG Chalamet. That man taught me how to put the balloon behind his back, and I thought that was an excellent idea of putting the hand behind it so he can be offering someone like he wants a balloon, or he wants to take back his boat. One thing that just popped into my mind, I should have put the boat in his other hand. I think that would have looked a lot cooler, and it would have captured a scene a lot better. But I like the bottom here, having the skateboard in between his legs and the hand dangling out from the sewer. I think it adds like a really creepy layout, and I like the way the balloon's laying. Definitely got to give props to KG for that one. But damn, I really like the way this turned out, but I should have added that boat in his hand. Definitely do that in this pose if you guys recreate it, and I want to see how that looks. This one isn't really too hard to capture. Just make sure his knees are a little bit bent so it indicates that he's bending over, and make sure the balloon is upright and steady. Notice how my light is always reflecting on the balloon. I don't like how I have that. That is obviously, there's no other light I have at the moment, but I definitely need something to make sure to keep that light away because that doesn't look really good photography wise. But I'm learning the ways, and I'm still learning, guys. Just let's go on to the next pose. Now, if you want a pose that screams movie poster, this is the one to get, which screams iconic. Pennywise, this is the one to get. I mean, look at it right here, guys. This is the pose to have when you just want to display Pennywise's true symbol for fear. This is the movie poster that captured the essence of Pennywise, in my opinion, and I think that I recreated it in a great way. I like the different amount of lighting I'm using from underlight from the past one, and right here I'm using it a little bit to his left to signify that there's a shadow across his face. This is definitely the simplest one to have in your display, and honestly probably the most effective, because most people who come into the display will immediately know that from the poster, because honestly this one's just really iconic and it's stuck with many people who's watched this film or even seen the poster from the film. And I also just, can we talk about this dio base? I love this diorama, absolutely amazing. The blood, the hand reaching out, the accessories, the fabric, the look, the base. What more do you want in a figure? It's just perfect in my opinion. Right here, I really like the way the shadow is on his left side of the face. I think it was really cool, and again, that light, I gotta get rid of that light. But leave me some suggestions, guys, see if I can figure out a way to block that light from shining through there, maybe edit it. But let's move on to the very last pose, and most likely my favorite one out of the whole 6. Now, this scene was probably my favorite scene in the entire movie. When he comes out of the refrigerator, I remember being probably like 15 years old, freaking out in the theater, witnessing what just happened. And I had to recreate this in figure form, and it was definitely a lot of fun because it just brought back memories from when I first watched this movie in the theater. And damn, I really like it. I love how the skateboard's laying on the crotch grabber to keep Pennywise from staying up, and I like adding the clown little feature, Jack in the Box was a nice touch. But overall, I think this one's really cool because you're able to turn the actual grabber to make it that he's standing there, and you can basically move him in any position you want without him falling or having any issues. All you have to do is really bend the arm, put the other one behind it, make sure the legs are actually steady on the ground so it doesn't look like he's floating, and make sure to bend the knees. But I think that this recreated the scene pretty perfectly in the best way possible. And we darkened it up a bit here, but I like the way it looks. It definitely adds a level of suspense. But overall, this is probably my favorite pose that I did tonight. It was a lot of fun, and I got a lot of inspiration from the film itself. And overall, that's going to do it for all the poses. I hope you guys enjoyed all of the poses that I showcased, and I truly hope that this actually got you guys to get a figure that you didn't really think of getting and wanted to do these poses because you saw my video. And definitely let me know that in the comments or on Instagram, whatever you'd like to choose. But overall, I'd say that this figure is still a 9.5 out of 10. I just don't like the way the neck looks. That's the only thing throwing me off, but everything else is literally perfect. Alright guys, so that's going to do it for all the poses. I hope you enjoyed every single one of them. I did make a lot of time for this video and dedicated a lot of time for these poses, and I think they came out really great personally. I want to hear what you guys have to say in the comments though. Let me know what was your favorite pose out of the 5+ that I showed, I believe. And let me know any suggestions, any changes that you would make to a specific pose that you think would be for the better. I think that would definitely help me out and help you out in recreating these poses. But overall, I just want to give you guys a special shout out for showing so much positivity and support for me and KG's new show, Wonder Twins. Me and him have been having so much fun, and the group of guests we have, dedicating our time and having an overwhelming amount of fun while we're on these streams. And you guys are obviously showcasing that back with the support, with the likes, and tuning into each stream. We just do this for the fun. It's not about that, but we definitely do appreciate it. But overall, that's going to do it for you guys. There's the figure right here. I love this figure. It's probably never going to leave my collection because doing these poses today has shown me that honestly this is my favorite figure in the collection, because there's something about posing this figure specifically, the body they use, and just the connection I have to the movie because of how amazing that film was, and how when I watched it as a kid, I was always so scared. And having this figure in my collection, most people who come to my room, they see this figure and they're like, oh my god, this is scary, this is awesome. And that's what I think differentiates it and makes it so special in my collection, and hopefully yours as well. And I hope you guys take inspiration from these poses and send them to me and let me know how they look in your collection and what others people think of it. But overall, that's gonna do it for me, guys. I had a lot of fun with this video, and please smash that like button if you enjoyed as well. We will be having future posing videos and reviews and unboxings as figures come into the collection. I'm gonna put this guy back in the shelf, and I'm gonna end the video here. You guys have an amazing night, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out, guys.